Hey, it's Oliver here with Ecom Lab, and today I'm going to talk to you about how to improve conversions on your website using images of people. I'm going to focus on this particular topic because it's one of the easiest ways to improve conversions drastically, and it's also really easy to do. I'm going to cover a few different topics here, but I'm mostly going to go over how to use those images of people with products and on your site and how it can help you. Okay. Everybody knows that improving conversions is important, but people just don't really do it. It's like people build a site, they build their e-commerce store, they put products up, and then they never optimize. This is a huge mistake, especially since small changes can have a big impact on your conversions. So we try to avoid the everybody knows situation here because it's way too easy for you to build your e-commerce store, get the products up, and then just forget about it. I'm actually going to show you how some e-commerce stores are losing half of their potential sales because of simple things like a buy button color, the style of product images. I'm going to show you how you can fix that on your own site really easily. So I'm going to show you a little proof here. This is actually this is a split test that appeared first on Kissmetrics, and it's a really great example of how a simple image by itself can have a huge amount of impact on conversions. The original design looked great. It had a one-page layout, and it worked okay. Like they got a lot of business through that. But they changed their layout to include the image of the person in the background, and it increased their conversion rate, their sign-up rate, by 102.5%. Okay, now that's a huge amount. They tried to minimize the image a little bit, reduce the impact of the person, and have a long form sales letter where people went away from the image of the person and kept on scrolling. It actually reduced conversions by 22.72%. These are huge numbers right here. If you made just 10 sales a day, 102.5% increase is instantly another 10 sales. It's a big deal. And they did this just by including a person in the image. So it's impressive, but it's not just about having a person on the page. You have to follow certain rules to get the very best out of an image, and you have to make sure that it's carrying the right emotion and pointing in the right direction for it to really work. And I'm going to go over this really fast because there are 3 key rules that will help you improve conversions, and you have to make sure that whatever you're doing is doing it the right way. The 3 rules are to do with angles, visuals, and emotions. So we'll start with angles. Angles have a significant impact on where people look on a page. You can use a tool like Mouseflow to track things like this, but here you can see, just by looking at the image, how the shape of his body is pointing towards the text on the right. He's got the tilt of his head and the shape of his arm. It's all leading in one direction. You can use techniques like this to point a buyer to the buy button or even to the enlarge image button to try and increase conversions. And you have visuals. Humans are very visual creatures, and we like to follow other people. So when we see somebody point at something or look at something, your eyes will follow their eyes. So this is a subconscious thing, and again, if you use a mouse tracking tool like Mouseflow, you can see how people's mouse movement will actually follow the line of sight from a picture of a person. One thing you do need to be careful for is that if somebody has a certain body shape but is looking in another direction, people will naturally follow the direction of the eyes, not the shape of the body. Next we have emotions. Now, emotions can affect another person's emotional state even from a simple image. So if you're writing copy and you want to make somebody happy, so you want to put them in a good mood to buy something, make sure that the images back that up and have a happy face. You can also use it to make people worried. So if you have like a bank loan site, you probably want to have people who are already a little bit worried get a little bit more worried so you can pitch a solution to them. Using emotions is also a great way to get people to feel connected to your site. So if you have people who empathize with the emotions of the model on the page, they'll feel that connection and they're going to be a little bit more likely to buy. This is also a very specific thing for different niches, so you should probably try and split test people who are smiling, people who have a very neutral face, or people who just look happy. So whatever you do, don't forget to test. It's really important because every audience and every website is different. Try with different models, try images without models, try testing angles versus visuals and how much you focus on that. Test emotions and just find what works the best with your traffic. Even better if you can test with different models. Male and female is a big one. Females actually generally convert better than males, but depending on a niche, men can work better. And even blonde and brunette. Some audiences seem to prefer brunettes over blondes, so it's worth testing. And also test where the image aims at. So if you think of those angles and the visual aim of your picture, your model, try testing it by having it look towards the buy button, the price, the reviews, the name of the product, or even the image zoom button, because in some instances, having somebody look towards the buy button will create a much higher conversion, specifically on impulse purchases such as jewelry or clothes. If you're looking at computers or electronic gadgets, however, the impulse buy is a little bit less common. So instead, have the model look towards the reviews or the price, something that can convince the person that they should probably buy what you're selling. And of course, don't forget to be better. You should always have images that are better than your competitors, because it will make people much more likely to buy from you. Better is a little bit ambiguous, but it simply means that your customer has to be more attracted to your image than those of your competitors' websites. You can do this several ways. You want a high quality image, you should have it so it's zoomable so people can see the detail. You want it to be clean and crisp, and try and avoid any blurry images that can really put people off. You can also have a mix of images for each product. It's always a good idea to have a picture of somebody modeling a product, looking really happy with it. But don't forget to just have pictures of the product by itself, so people can just look at the product as is. They like to inspect what they're about to buy. And finally, don't be afraid to break the rules. A great image that follows none of the rules that I just gave you can actually beat the ones that do, and with surprising regularity. If you have an image that really captures somebody's attention, they're going to really pay attention to your page, your product page, or your sign-up form. You don't really need to use visual techniques to try and subconsciously alter somebody's mind. If you have an image that really makes people interested in what you have on the page, images that are unique, provide shock value, humorous or thought-provoking, or even sexy can help capture people's attention strongly enough to keep them engaged without any visual trickery whatsoever. It's really easy to do if you have the right image, but of course it's best if you have an image that follows the rules and can capture people's attention. I hope you found this presentation useful, and if you have any questions, just ask them in the eCom Lab forum, and I hope to see you there soon. Thank you.